character. Ano yan? He is rich in, number one, wealth, possession, possession, children, and character. He is rich in wealth, possession, children, and character. Bakit? Ilan ba ang mga kahayupan niya? Marami, thousands. Ha? Character. Children and character. Rich in wealth, possession, children, and character. Yung possession niya, yung mga sheep, 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels. Sa panahon nila, napakayaman to. Sobrang yaman to. Okay, verse, tingnan nyo ha. Verse 3 yan.
And character.
Yung sa children niya, verse 2. Kuha niya? 7 sons and 3 daughters were born to him. Ibig sabihin, ilan ang kanyang anak?
10.
7 at saka 3. And then, tingnan nyo ang kanyang character. Verse 1. Man was blameless. Underline that. Number 1 is blameless. Alam mo yung ibig sabihin ng blameless?
Hindi kinakahiya.
Hindi.
Walang hiya.
Hindi siya marunong.
Ano yan? Andun na tayo, Sel. That's a very good idea.
Hindi siya mapagkunwari.
Ako, blameless, for example, wala sila makita sa akin. Hindi niya ko pwedeng...
Turo-turuan na.
Hindi pa pagkunwari.
Hindi.
Malinis. Righteous.
Hindi ka basta-basta blameless. Tulad ba, for example, pag leader ka, pero wala masabi.
Pares-pares.
Pero kung leader ka, tapos hindi ka blameless sa tao, naku po, hindi ka effective kahit anong galing mo. Kasi maraming nakikita sa iyo. Magsalita ka, insulto, magsalita ka, mabalang, tapos pag marami. Si Job ay blameless siya. Number 2, si Job ay upright. Si Job ay fearing God and turning away from evil. Ilan yan? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I want you to... Apat ba? I want you to erase the word Job.
What?
Kung gusto nyo.
Basta?
Lagyan mo ng pangalan mo. Kung bagay ba.
Ano yung sa Bible?
Bagay ba?
Of course, the meaning of suffering.
Ha? Bagay ba? Hindi.
Hindi.
Pero posible ba? Hindi.
Posible.
Posible.
Gawin nyo. Gawin natin. Sure. That's an encouragement. I should be blameless. I should fear God. The reason you are here because, natakot kayo sa Diyos. Ay, yung takot nito, hindi yung takot bang na para alam mo yung butterfly na itim papasok sa bahay? Hello, may patay. Bisita na yung lulo. Fear yun eh.
Pakahiin yun.
Pero, ang tawag doon is superstitious belief. Takot ka dahil bla bla bla. Ang reverential fear, okay, anong ibig sabihin sa reverential fear?
May paggalang na tao.
Reverential, ano ba yung reverend? Kaya tinatawag ng pastor, reverend. Di ba? Reverend. Katakot-takot. Pag sinabing reverential fear, yung word na reverence, you love God not because you are afraid of Him. Mali yun. You love God dahil, you fear God dahil may impyerno. Kaya takot ka. Ayaw mong gumawa ng kasalanan kasi may impyerno eh. Hindi yun. You fear God because you love God. Pag yan ang motivation na dahil mahal mo ang Diyos, then yan ibig sabihin yan. Ito. So reverential fear is fearing God because you love Him. Yung motivating factor, get my point? The motivating factor, this is a very good point na pwede nyo sulat. The motivating factor of your fear is love towards Him. Okay, write it down. The motivating factor of our fears to God is that we love Him.
Our factor. Our motivation of our fear.
John Ray,
Fear.
palayaw ko itong biadto sa opsyon ng pagkawabad paper nung
Exam.
upat ka po.
Madami.
Upat, lima.
Is that we love Him.
Okay.
Is that
You understand? Amen. Okay.
nandito ka kayo na.
About the book of Job,
Alam ko may
no? Any questions? Wala na.
Na
Clear na. About the book of Job, ang book of Job is Oriental book. Oriental. Hindi to Western book. It's an Oriental book.
Asian.
Oriental book filled with thoughts and expressions of Eastern people. Filled with the thoughts and expressions of Eastern people. So that is why we call it Oriental book. Filled with thoughts and expressions, thank you, of Eastern people. Dami kong kapatak.
Eastern people.
Ito,
Eastern
Western.
people.
Ito po, mga kapatid.
Field thought of Eastern people. Yun na lang.
Field of Eastern people.
Ano yan? Pakiulit.
Filled and expression
Filled with thoughts and expressions of Eastern people.
of history.
Okay, so pag sabing Eastern people, dito yan. Dito ka muna, sandali lang. Brad. Dito yan, no?
Tingin na.
Diba? Yan, Western yan. Tandaan nyo na, Western yan, Western. Pag Eastern people, ito yan. So, ang book of Job, dahil taga-dito siya, ang sinulatan niya ay mga Jewish people, sinulat ni Moses, ang isang story. So, the expressions and thoughts na sinusulat is filled with thoughts of about the Eastern people. Number 2, ang book of Job is a poetical book.
Poetical?
Poetical.
Poet.
Yan, poet.
Poetical.
Okay. Poetical book. Except, okay, Job is a poetical book except
Except.
chapter 1 and 2.
Chapter
Except
2.
except chapter 1 and 2. At chapter 42 verses 7 to 17. So, di ba ito binasa atin? So, ano to? Kung hindi to poetical, ano to? Idugtong mo lang to. Story na siya. So, these are historical. So, ang book of Job is combination of history and poetry. Write it down. Job is a combination of what? Number 1, poetry, and number 2 is history. Okay na? Number 3, this book deals with difficult problems. This book deals with difficult problems, comma. This book deals with difficult problem, comma, the presence of suffering in the world, in a world, the presence of suffering in a world,
Wala ka.
the presence of suffering in a world where God rules.
Pakiulit.
The presence of suffering in a world where God rules. This book deals with difficult problem, comma.
Presence.
The presence of suffering in a world where God rules.
Where God.
The presence of suffering in a world where God rules. Underline the words where God rules. And then open and parenthesis, sovereignty of God. You understand? Open and close parenthesis, sovereignty of God.
Yan lang. Mali, mixi na lang.
Any questions? Clarifications?
No.
None so far? Okay. Main theme. Maraming theme to. Main theme. Sulat ito. How do the righteous suffer? Main theme is how do the righteous suffer?
Hindi yung blessed be the name of the Lord.
Ano lang dubat? Observation to sa chapter 21. In-explain ko lang yung kanta.
Ito ang pinaka-main theme.
Main theme to. Okay? So, okay na. Sundan niyo ako. Bago tayo magtatapos, how do the righteous what?
Suffer.
Suffer. Now, take note.
Take note.
Okay, look at here. Tayong lahat ay magsasuffer.
Amen.
Tayo naging Christian, ibig sabihin nun, hindi tayo namumuhay sa middle process. Hindi pwede na wala tayong sufferings. Pero take note, in the midst of the suffering, inalaw mo ng Lord yan, gawa mo man yan, still God is in control. At do not allow people to condemn you. And do not entertain condemnation. Because just entertain the love of God.
Amen.
With that, you can walk in this world. You understand? Hindi ka magbabackslide, hindi ka manghihina pag ganyan ang attitude natin. Hallelujah!
Amen.
Pag may problema ka, may sufferings ka, emotional, spiritual, financial, whatever, physical, always remember, God is in control.
Right.
If God is in control, do not accept condemnation, no matter who he is, no matter who she is, but accept discipline. Because discipline can purify us. Amen. Yung sabihin ng mama mo noon, wala kang kwentang anak. Wala kang